The world of wet dry vacuums is actually changing really quickly, and there's some brand new AI technology that's been implemented into these things that I thought was kind of a gimmick, but actually I want to show you it's pretty cool and unexpected. Now, I've partnered with Roborock for this video because I think their robot vacuums are really good, probably class leading. And I kind of want to see what they have going on in the wet dry vacuum space. So let's check these out together. This is the F25 series. We're going to compare 3 different ones. Let's get into it. This F25 series is the flagship line from Roborock of their wet dry vacuums. So this is the F25, the standard one. This is the entry level. This is the F25 Ace. This has some cool AI features. And this is the F25 Combo. And you probably figured out why it's a combo, because you get a stick vac and a hand vac here too. So let me talk about the things that are actually the same between them. Then we're gonna get into some comparisons and some testing. So these are all cordless wet dry vacuums, and they all have intelligent dirt detection, which we're gonna get into. This is pretty interesting. They also all have zero tangle technology, and they all have a base station which serves as a charger. Each model of the F25 has an edge-to-edge roller. That means there's nothing really blocking the roller on either side. And that means you can mop in either direction. You don't need to mop from one side. And that also means it's really easy to get into corners from either direction. Here I got some pet hair and rice. You can see if I use a pretty inexpensive option like this Bissell, it's gonna be about 3/4 of an inch away from the edge of the stair. Roborock has a very strange name for a very interesting piece of technology. It's called jaw scrapers. There are 2 plastic rows here, this back one, and there's also this flat piece over here. Together, these are called jaw scrapers. What they do is remove hair and dirt from the roller very actively. So this little plastic piece here, this is sort of a squeegee, so this squeegees out the water. I got some 10-inch green hair here, and for fun, we're just gonna spill a little bit of tea. All right, I haven't even stopped the camera. Let's take a look. The roller looks pretty good. I don't really see any hair on here. A couple stray hairs in here, but these are actually, I think these are pet hair, so I think it works. The other thing that the jaw scrapers do is remove stains off the roller. So let's throw a little soy sauce on here and see how good it is at removing the stains from the roller. This looks pretty good to me. Yeah, there is a little overall staining here, but I think once we run it through the auto cleaning mode, it's gonna be even cleaner. I've got quite a bit of pet hair on the floor now. We're gonna run the F25 and see how it does with this dog hair. Okay, there's a little bit of dog hair here. Maybe need to run a little bit longer, but I think that got 99% of it. I don't see it in the jaw scraper. Personally, I think that's pretty effective. So while you're cleaning on both the F25 Ace and the F25, there's a little dirt detect sensor. And what it does is it has a little infrared beam, and when dirt goes across it, it tells the vacuum that, hey, there's still dirt on the floor, so it's gonna ramp up the cleaning intensity to help clean that dirt a little bit more. And the paper towel test, looks like it got just about everything. If you happen to like salsa as much as I do, the F25 might save you from an argument with your significant other. Let's say you got a situation like this. You got a bed, you want to get underneath it. Well, this has got a lay flat design, and it actually doesn't leak at all, which is really great because some of the competitors, at least in the past, would leak when you put it down like this. What about maneuverability? So when it's almost flat, when it's like this, you can twist this up to 70 degrees. That's pretty decent. You can also move the head 45 degrees in either direction. So it's got a lot of maneuverability. And at its tallest, right here, it's about 12.5 centimeters. That's about 4.9 inches. So getting under my bed is actually pretty easy. Now you might think that having the water tank down here is kind of a weird thing to do, right? There's actually a very clever reason for it. It's because it makes it a lot easier to maneuver when all the weight is down here on the floor. It makes the handle up here, makes it really easy to maneuver. So this is pretty light. There's not a lot of weight on my hand to move this around. It's really pretty easy because all the weight is down there. And when it's time to empty the dirty water tank, it's pretty easy. It comes out like that. You take it apart like this. So what you've got here is a filter to catch things like cat hair, pet hair, etc. And then your dirty water is down in here. Then if you got a big mess, it's got this filter that actually pops out pretty easily too. And you get an extra filter. Now, if you're kind of a tech nerd like me, you might want to consider the F25 Ace. It comes with 3 things that the F25 doesn't. First, you get these AI-powered wheels. Second, you get automatic detergent dispensing. And third, you can control everything with an app. So let's go through them. One of the big differences between the F25 and the F25 Ace is that the F25 has these little rollers, but the F25 Ace has these very special wheels that Roborock is calling AI-enhanced slide tech 2.0 technology, and each wheel is powered by a separate motor. The wheels detect how much force you're using and how fast you're going and can apply power to the wheels in real time. And when you pull back, the motors reverse instantly. So when I'm using it, it takes very little weight on my fingers. I can pull it backwards with just one finger. In fact, here's my pinky finger. I can move it forward with just my pinky finger and it's actually pulling. So I'm not actually really doing any work. And if I want to go faster, it picks up the pace. It's pretty cool. And the wheels can move in different directions at the same time, and so that helps with turning and cornering. And the regular F25 is pretty easy to use, but the Ace requires basically 0 effort. Another difference between the F25 and the F25 Ace is that the F25 Ace can be controlled with an app. You can change the cleaning settings. You can tell it what to do with auto mode, you can tell it how much force to use, how much water level, how fast you want the roller to spin, and the detergent level. You can do the same thing for sponge mode. You can change the dock settings for your self-cleaning mode, the water temperature, and how fast you want it to dry. And you can even have it start to clean once it sits in the dock. And if you want to keep the noise down, you can actually schedule the self-cleaning and drying. It's got an online product guide, and you can change the voice alert language and volume settings. I found a bit of an Easter egg in the app. It's called remote control mode. And if you lay the F25 Ace down flat, you can control it. So if you've got a really long bed or some interesting furniture, you can send it underneath where you can't even reach. I don't quite know how this is going to work, but let's see what happens. Whoa. Oh, okay, we don't want that. And it's actually kind of doing a turn here. That's kind of neat. And while every model in the F25 series comes with a bottle of detergent, in the F25 Ace it has automatic detergent dispensing that you can control in the app. You can turn it off. You can have low, standard, and high. Or you can just leave it in auto mode and let the F25 Ace detect how much dirt there is and make intelligent decisions based on what it sees on your floor. In auto mode, Roborock says the detergent should last up to about 30 days. So this display on the device actually tells you what is happening even while you're vacuuming and mopping. You can see this bar starts out blue, which means it's clean, but after it goes over this liquid, see it goes to red. You can also see your battery indicator. You can see what mode you're in.
Max mode, eco mode, sponge mode, auto mode.
And on the F25 Ace, you can also see this Wi-Fi indicator, meaning it's connected to the app. Now the base station might look simple, but it actually does 3 things. First, it does charging.
Charging started.
Second, it washes the mop roller with 90 degrees Celsius, that's 195 degree hot water, and it separates liquids from solids. And third, it dries the mop roller.
Centrifugal drying.
We timed how long it took for a full drying session to complete, and typically it was around 20 to 22 minutes. When the F25 is actively cleaning the rollers, it's at about 71 decibels, which is slightly on the loud side, but it's just for a couple minutes. And then when it's doing the hot air drying, it's at 55 decibels, which is fairly quiet, and I measured these at about 6 feet. This is the F25 Combo. It's the same as the F25, but you get a couple extra things. If you don't already have a stick vac, it comes with one. With the stick vac, you get a motorized brush head, and you get a multi-function attachment. You can use it as a crevice tool. You can also use it as a dusting brush, and you get a motorized furniture tool. If you're concerned about dust mites, this is a great way of keeping them in your vacuum and not on your furniture. The F25 Combo has a rather clever trick. The power unit from the wet-dry vac pops out like this, and then you just pop it into the stick vac, and you're ready to go. Pretty cool. It has an open head design, so first, let's try it on some rice. And because the front of the brush roll is open, it's pretty good with larger objects like cereal. Now let's try it with some pet hair on carpet. And after we vacuumed it up, there's basically no tangles on the brush roll. And if you do need to clean it, the brush roll pops out with a screwdriver, just like that. So if you've been thinking about a wet-dry vacuum, the Roborock F25 series has some really great new features which are pretty good for keeping pet hair at bay. They all feature intelligent dirt detection, automatic mop washing, and hot air drying. And the thing that I actually like the most, which is the edge-to-edge roller, which just makes it a lot easier to clean the corners of your house without having to sort of finagle the unit around. They also all have a display screen and voice alerts.
Deep self-cleaning is starting, followed by quiet drying.
Now, if you're really into tech, kind of like I am, the F25 Ace is the most fully featured version. In addition to the features that I just talked about, you also get the powered wheels, the Slide Tech 2.0. You get automatic detergent dispensing, and you can adjust everything in the app. The F25 Combo has the same features as the F25, but in addition, you get the hand vac and the stick vac, and it all works off the same power unit. And if you like the F25 Ace but wish it came in a combo version, actually it does. There's an F25 Ace Combo. And you can get up to 25% off on the F25 series, but only at the links down below and only until March 31st. Thanks for watching.